Hey everyone, this is another video that I'm going to do on stretching, on how to loosen up the legs a little bit. This is good for people that are into the martial arts as well as for people that that aren't, that are just into fitness, but they maybe they just want to get more loose. So this video will deal with just basically some postures that you can do on the floor that will help to loosen up your hips, your groin, and your hamstrings. Uh, Sorry if I can't spend too much time on the video because it cuts off after a certain period of time, so I can only, maybe record for maybe like 6 or 7 minutes, but I'm going to try to fit in as much as I can here, so that way you guys can get a good idea of how to stretch and get, more flexible. Uh, the first thing I would, the first thing I would always recommend is to warm up your body before you try to stretch, because you could easily tear a muscle if you don't. And some good ways to warm up is to do some jump roping, some jogging, maybe some squats, just anything that engages the muscles in the leg. Um, so yeah, once you do that, then you're ready to get on the floor, and then that's when I can show you some of the exercises you can do to loosen up your body. This straddle stretch position, you've probably seen it before. This is one of my favorite stretches because I like to start out with this because it really just opens up the gate. It just loosens up everything else for me. But you want to take yourself and go out like this. And I recommend holding each position for 30 seconds. So of course you're going to take your arms out and you're going to reach as far as you can to the floor. Now of course I can get all the way down to here because I've been stretching for a little while. But if you're new at this, you probably can just get maybe maybe this for a little while, but just work with your limitations. You don't want to try to do more than what you can because you end up tearing a muscle, and that's not going to be good. But just hold each one for 30. Once you do that, you want to come over to each foot and try to bring your face as far down to your knee as you can while trying to hold your toe, and hold for 30. Or if you can try to get behind the foot, you can hold back here and try to get your entire hand so you can feel it in your hamstrings, and do that on each side for 30. Once you do that, I say maybe do this whole thing, do like 2 rounds of this. That way you can really loosen that up. You're going to bring your foot in, and you're going to have the other one out, and you're just going to do your single leg. Again, try to reach for the toes, and just you want to hold this for 30. Same thing on this side. You want to hold for 30. And if you try to keep your knee down, you don't want it popping up because that's not a stretch. This is how you stretch. You want to keep it down. You want to keep your spine erect and lean into the stretch. Both feet out. You want to try to reach and try to keep the knees down and just reach out as far as you can, and you want to hold that for 30. You can try to reach for the blades of the foot. Again, keep the knees down, hold for 30. You can bring one foot in, rotate the ankles a little bit. This is good for people that are into karate and all that learn how to kick, because with different kicks you got to position your foot a little differently depending on which kick it is. The side kick, you're going to be trying to hit someone with the side of your foot, like the blade of the foot. If it's a roundhouse kick, you're going to be trying to aim, with the top of the foot. So the front kick is going to be with the ball of the foot. But each time you kick, you're going to be rotating, your ankle a little bit. So it's good to try to keep them as loosened up as you can. You spend maybe a minute or so doing this. Once you do this, you want to bring your foot up to here and hold this for 30. Okay. Same thing on this side. You want to hold for 30. And maybe after you do that, you loosen that up a little bit. Bring your foot down to your thigh. and try to keep the knee down again. Hold for 30. This is kind of a harder one. Maybe this is as far as you can go. That's okay. You know, just work with your ability. But if you keep stretching every day, and you know, which I recommend 5 to 10 minutes a day of stretching, you know, you'll see some type of improvement if you work, you know, consistently with it. Hold that for 30. And after you feel enough loosen up in the hips, maybe you'll do some lunge. I'll show you on this side first. You're going to be stretching out the quad, I think it's called. This part, this is good for people that like to run too. You just hold this, and then maybe once you get good enough, you'll be able to hold the foot up. You'll be able to really feel the stretch here once you get, you know, a little bit more loose. Do the same on this side, you know, loosen that up. When it really gets good, you can come down, try to reach your head to your knee. Have this other foot back here. Maybe spread out all the way once you get good enough. Roll the toes back. Come down, lean into the stretch. And you want to just try to do that on both sides. And again, I recommend at least 30 seconds. So, you know, just let me know what you think about this. I'm sorry if it seems like it's like a rush video. My camera doesn't allow me big files to download as far as videos. So I can only do short videos as far as stretching. But hopefully you got something good out of this, and I'll be doing more videos in the future anyway. So try this out and see what it does for you. Take care.